Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Get in Tune. I am Michael Gracia, and what a great show I have planned. I haven't had a show this size in a long time with guests. Let me just feel very misty like here in my screen. All right, so I apologize for the mess behind me. So tonight I have brought back Fugitive Poems. I am excited to have them on. We have got James Lyons and Christian Di Matteo and Mark Capitelli, who are Fugitive Poems. They are, we got James who does the art direction, Christian who is an editor and writer, Mark an editor as well. We also have, and if I say their names incorrectly, please correct me when I bring them on. Stephen Beccia, who is the writer of a comic we're going to be looking at tonight, and Ryan Santos, the artist. So let's bring on everybody. Christian, James, Mark, Stephen, and Ryan. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
You didn't botch my name too bad, but it's Beccia. Like you bet.
Beccia. Okay. Beccia, right?
Michael, before we jump in,
yes,
I have to do a celebrity apology. Start my apology tour. Last time I was on the show, I got a bit drunk, and I've gotten some mail about it, some angry letters, and I just promise all of my drunk friends that we're like, you finally represented us. Why haven't you done it before? But I will do it more. So I just wanted to put that out there and apologize for not having been in that shape on shows more often.
It's okay. So tonight, I'm assuming you are going to get really drunk again.
No, just doing beer tonight. No whiskey.
All right. James, I just want to make sure. Are you able to hear everything and sounds? Okay, cool. All right. We didn't get to do a quick test before we went live. So let's see. We got in the audience. Hi, Dylan. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Dylan. It says, Michael, what's it say? Name all the guests reminds me of Will Hunting. Name is 12. Well,
that's
Dave
Sullivan.
Yeah. So yes. All right. Let's get into it tonight. So, let's start with, the core Fugitive Poems. We got James and Christian. For the audience who've been watching and in the know, you guys are the founders of Fugitive Poems. You created this great company, does great stuff. You brought Mark in, who is an editor, correct? Is that your proper term?
Senior editor.
Senior editor.
We're senior editor on the 5th of May.
Does that mean he's higher than you as in editors?
I am editor in chief, so hell no.
Okay. So no. Okay.
But he is better than me.
And you guys have been producing now since the pandemic, correct? So we're going on 4 years you've been together.
Yeah.
Doing this. That's amazing. And I got to say, you guys have always kept impressing me with everything you keep on doing. I got it. Thank you to Christian for sending me a sneak peek of the comic that we're going to talk about tonight. I loved it. I'm going to say that right now. I truly, truly enjoyed it. As I said before we went on, I've always been impressed, and I've always known you guys to produce quality material. So for me, it was just a matter of how much I was going to enjoy the comic, and it's right up there with a lot of what I love. All right. So
that's so cool to hear because we believe in this so much. It's the first comic we've produced from another team, not James and I. And we believe in this so much. And hearing you say that means the absolute world. Because this is what we expect. This is the reaction. It's got to be the reaction because it's so damn good.
No, it really, really is. And I want to move to Stephen and Ryan to talk about the book, and either one of you can answer whose idea was this story, or was it a collaboration? Stephen, did you come up with it? How did it work out?
I mean, I guess it was my idea. Yeah, I mean, I came up with the story back in, I don't know, 2016, 2017. And I met Ryan at a Comic-Con, and I was like, I had this kind of really shitty freaking artwork done. I had some guy, I'm like, hey, can you do this? I just wanted to get the example out there, just kind of just like, this is what I want. And I gave it to Ryan, and we met, and it was great because he had a vision once he heard the story, and here we are. So
that's great. And Ryan, when you got the script to it, or even before you got script, heard the idea, what was it that attracted you as an artist? I mean, was it the visuals, or just you just thought the story was so good you just had to draw it? What was it?
Oh yeah, the story was right up my alley. You know, crime, mystery, supernatural stuff. You know, whenever I can do creatures or fun visuals, it's just like right up my alley. You know, it's perfect. I love like the Boston feel, the dirty, dirty city, dirty town. You know, that's like the noir thing. That's all like perfect for me. You know, in my style. You know, so as soon as I heard the story, I said, this has legs. You know, so we worked together. We like got together a few times, kind of went over the story. So we kind of built it a little bit together. But it's pretty much Stephen's baby,
Yeah.
But man, let me tell you, Ryan like took the story and obviously ran with it. I mean, he's a brilliant artist, and illustrator. I mean, if you've seen the artwork, it's amazing. It blows me away.
I'm going to show the artwork in a little bit, and we'll scroll through a few pages. I don't want to give the whole story away. Let people
because this is Christian's job.
Yeah. Well, actually, I did tell Christian I'm gonna just probably introduce you guys and keep my mouth shut, and he would just take it.
Don't give the whole farm away. Don't you worry.
Just so people know.
And then on the last page, you should see it.
Don't show the last page. For the love of God, don't show it.
If people want to see the last page, what you do is you go to fugitivepoems.com, you click Dirty Living, and subscribe right now for $2.99. James is still mad at me about this. $2.99. That issue could be in your belly. Immediately you log into our website, it's immediately available to you. You could have it in seconds. Fugitivepoems.com, Dirty Living, subscribe. It's $2.99 every 3 months. Every 3 months there's a new issue. I've read the script for issue 2. I've seen what Ryan started doing with it. You want to get on the subscription immediately. So while we're talking, feel free to check out the last page. Go to fugitivepoems.com.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. And
if you're already drunk, order 2.
Yeah.
It only makes it better.
Yeah.
Now,
multiple copies make it better.
Now, so obviously this is an online subscription. You're going to be starting to do, I guess, more online comics with creators, or is this something special? Or
we have next week 3 pitch meetings. People pitching us things.
Okay.
We're working with 2 other teams already. This model has really excited creators. Because it's an incredible way for indie artists to get their stuff out there. With the death of Diamond is one thing, but Diamond were already terrible gatekeepers. It was hard for indie people to get their work out. Now, with a click of a button, you could be reading a comic from folks that you had no idea how awesome they were. It's not expensive, and our mission at Fugitive Poems has always been to raise the flags of as many incredible creators as we can, and this model really allows us to do it. So there will be more coming. And most importantly, right now, there's more Dirty Living coming. So you want to get on that boat.
That's fantastic.
I think I'd like to make a little discernment from web comics. These are high quality comics that are print worthy, and something that we would have put into some of our books at one time, and would probably will at some point be putting out some sort of physical version of these. But this isn't like little strip comics or something that you see on webtoons. These are fully realized comic issues. You can see a little bit of the. I'm sure we'll look at some of the artwork, but you can see my favorite panel behind Ryan there. Looks like you got a. Is that a banner or a poster, Ryan?
Ryan has frozen.
He's frozen. It is definitely a poster. Yeah.
Banner.
Oh, it's a banner. Yeah.
Stand-up banner.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is his banner. Yeah.
I saw his face move. You back?
Yeah, just slightest twitch.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, he mentioned he might have, or that he's had some issues in the past with streaming. So hopefully that'll correct soon.
That's the prostate that does that. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot where we're about.
Yeah, so I keep giving Christian shit about the price that we're charging here. I saw Jack Van Tomey put a price of a cup of discount coffee. You know, you can't even go into Starbucks for that price these days.
Now, let me ask you, because I want to understand your subscription model. Is it this right now $2.99, and anytime the other people you're working with, all the comics are going to be, or is it $2.99 per like comic subscription?
$2.99 per issue per comic, and
Okay.
then when we put our next comic up, when we put our next series up, that'll be a different. You'll get a subscription to that as well.
Okay.
So it's not going to be $2.99 and you just get everything that we drop. You're going to get to pick and choose the series that you want to subscribe to.
Okay. All right.
And those will be $59.99 each to make up.
Jack just said almost a digital pull list. That's exactly right.
That's
At
actually
the price
like
that Mark just quoted. Yes.
Yeah. Hold on. Ryan's popping back in. I'm just waiting for his image to appear. But
you know what? Another thing to really remember. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
There, but just the fact that not only do you have complete control, of course, over what you want, and you can skip whatever you don't. Although you're going to want all this stuff, it's great. The fact is, it's on your phone, it's on your tablet, it's on your laptop, it's wherever you want to read it. If you're taking the train to work in the morning, now you get to read a comic on the train. It's on your phone. You downloaded it. It's, we all love holding on to a book and the rest of it, but there are just times in the modern world it doesn't work. This format really just opens that up to you beautifully. And anywhere in the world, we're hoping to go global. We want people in other countries to be seeing Stephen and Ryan's book here, amongst others. That this is really a format that could very easily be revolutionary. I know similar things have been out there already, but we really believe in this because we're giving so much value at such a reasonable price and in such a versatile way.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already gotten subscriptions from England and Mexico come in, and that's really freaking cool because we can touch everyone. I don't think that's okay anymore, but I'm going to say it anyway.
See, I thought that was the scandal you were addressing before.
That one hasn't bitten me in the ass yet.
All right, good.
So, Ryan, how you doing? How's your screen? You can talk now?
Nope.
No.
It was looking good until you asked that question.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in New Bedford, and it's like in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's way the fuck down Massachusetts. That's the way I put it. It's way the fuck down Massachusetts. Because when I went to meet Ryan,
it's on the
like,
coast.
where the
It's
hell
nice,
are you?
but we have bad reception.
Still using 3G.
Ryan, are you there, buddy?
This what we really one of the things we really wanted at Fugitive Poems.
I could hear like every fourth word.
To have Max Headroom as an artist. That's really what we were looking for.
Wow.
Kids, for those of you who don't know, that's from the mid to late 80s. Little reference there.
That's right.
Don't mind the old men in the boxes.
What was the he used to promote a soda, right?
Did he
Was
do
that Coke?
He was a Coke spokesman, yeah, at
Coke
one point.
spokesman, that's right.
He
And
was
there was a
also
lot
in a
of Coke-
Halloween costume one year.
There was a
not
lot of
Back to
coke
the
went
Future.
into creating him as well.
Yes.
It was
He was
Back
true
to
to
the Future
brand.
2 or 1, or I can't remember.
Jack Vantomi is saying it was Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Oh.
I
The
don't
choice of
remember.
the new generation.
I think didn't that start off as
Maybe.
like an MTV TV show or something?
Yeah. Yep.
No, I remember the show. I don't.
It was
and
on
that-
ABC.
The
Yeah,
commercial.
yeah, an MTV show. Yeah.
Well, I thought
I
it was
feel like
MTV.
we're just feeding false information in tidbits out to the audience. You
Yeah, guys, we just made that up. There's no such thing as that.
You know, you guys just Google it. That's it. Just Google it.
There you are.
You know.
Or just watch Ryan.
Yeah, you get a total sense of it.
So, so before I go into any more of my questions, and before I bring on the you know, some of the comic to look at, is there anything in particular you guys want to say about like the comic that we haven't brought up yet, or I haven't asked?
Well, why don't we say what it is? All right, right. What is it? This is his least favorite question. Stephen fucking hates when I ask him this.
What the fuck is it? Well, it's a neo-noir fucking thriller.
Supernatural.
Supernatural, yeah. I mean, you know, it's like Sin City meets the Departed meets Reanimator.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Absolutely. That's perfect.
Someone's got to write that down.
Mark.
Just
No.
look for the transcripts later. Ryan left again, it looks like.
Sin City meets The Departed meets Reanimator is perfect. That's exactly right. It is dirty, it's gritty, it's funny, and it's unexpected. And that was when I got the ash can, and James and I looked at it. We were blown away by the art first, and then we read it, and we're like, this is absolutely our brand of insanity. This comic does nothing you're expecting it to do. The page turn reveals are absolutely amazing. There is an event that comes out of nowhere, and it goes on for 4 pages of brutality. It is incredible. Meanwhile, there's a great plot.
Just taking that off so we can see Ryan. Yeah, no, listen, this I want to say this before we go into it. And I've already said I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun for me to read. I wasn't expecting as much of a setup in here as I got to, you know, usually in the first issue, the world building isn't, I don't want to say it isn't that great, but it's always, I feel like they leave a lot open. I feel like you built and we understand the city so well that, you know, I feel like it's not a city I want to be walking through. And the way it ends, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but the way it ends, it sets it up for so much more to happen that you just want that second issue right away.
Absolutely.
And you're going to be fucking excited when you get the second issue, because you know what? It's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, like, I'm excited about it because working with Christian and Ryan, you know, we kind of dissected what I had. I went back and I came back with something, and I was freaking excited about it. And, you know, I gave it to Christian. He was excited about it. And I think readers will love it. It's a lot of fun. There's gore. There's, you know, there's craziness, and it's, I don't know. It's all what's up here in my fucked up mind. So
And that's what we love.
Yeah.
Ryan, were you going to say something? Sorry.
Yeah, visually, it takes some strange turns. So that's a great thing for me, and it's a great thing for the reader to see, because it's like so different in a lot of ways than the first issue. It's still in that same world, but things are going crazy. It's great.
So this guy we're looking at right now is Detective Doug Kelly, and he's sort of a hard-boiled detective, but he's also a incredible drunk. He can't get out of his own way. He's got family ties to all the wrong places. He's in a corrupt precinct. He wants to clean it up, but he has no idea how to go about that. And then something absolutely unreal to this world happens. And he has to react to all of it on his feet with his alcohol-addled brain. A situation that is not normal to this world that they live in. And it's a shock, and he doesn't have time to deal with it. And that's one of the coolest things about this story. Michael, you were talking about the setup. He gives you all this setup, and then there's this fucking left-hand turn. And it's like, whoa, there's even more here. And that's where the issue 2 gets into. And it is a killer script. It's going to be a great time.
Now, how many issues is this planned for? Do you have an end point already, or do you just want to keep going and make it ongoing?
You know, I'm struggling with this myself. Because I'm at 8, but it could keep going. I have other just kind of spin-offs that I'm thinking of, but I'm at 8 as kind of a closure for this story, but that's just one arc. But then I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
No need to stop till there's a reason.
Yeah. So, for those watching who are possibly underage, just know the first page. You end up at a strip club. So it's time for you to turn off the computer.
It's time for you to zoom in and take
There's
screenshots.
12 F-bombs didn't send your parents into conniptions this will.
I gotta say, just the way I see colors, every time I see this guy right here, I think he's a cowboy real quick.
Could be.
Just quickly, it looks like with the color here, it looks like he's got a hat on. He's got the little like a red neckerchief thing there.
New England cowpoke.
But I love it. I love all these. When I go to certain panels, when you do like a crowd shot, I sat and I just stared at everybody's face, because every face that we see has a completely different expression on it, and how what's going on through their head just by looking around.
Michael, that's Ryan too, man. With the he doesn't just focus on the character or the foreground. He gets everything in there, and it really gives it such life. It's key to the success.
I've worked with so many artists that I work hard, not like people at the Comic Jam and whatnot. I work hard to simplify my panels because I know they don't have a lot of time, or they don't want to draw crazy backgrounds. It's a funny Fugitive Poems thing between James and Ryan, where they will make it as complicated. You could put a simple panel in it, and they will make it as complicated as humanly possible, just because they can't stop making it awesome. And that is what Ryan does. Every panel is just chock full of detail.
Yeah, I have that compulsion. It's just I want to fill the world. There's like so many dirty corners and like so much possibility with every face and every character. It just kind of populates this place and makes it feel real.
This is great. I love these two guys right here in the background.
This is a scary strip club.
Yeah,
It is.
like this guy, I love it. He has a little in the back. He's like a little vampire looking.
Yeah.
That's Pazuzu from the Exorcist series.
No, yeah, that's even better. I was going to say Nosferatu.
Well, actually, you don't really realize this, but the guy in red is a main character.
Here?
No, the guy in red over to the right.
I'm sorry.
Michael is colorblind.
I'm colorblind. So over to the right.
One guy over.
This guy.
The guy next to your
Okay.
He comes up later, and he kind of has almost his own issue later on, but there's some funny shit that happens with him. But that's all I'm going to say.
And that's really important for people to understand. We're talking about the gore, we talk about the violence, we talk about the supernatural. Stephen and Ryan have a wild sense of humor. And it comes right out of Stephen's writing, and then it comes right out of Ryan's art. This is a fun book. So you're going to get all the violence and the gore, but you're going to be laughing because it's hysterical. The sense, unless you're not twisted like we are. But the sense of humor in this book is amazing.
Yeah.
I love the detail too, to the point where I just now noticed the Tabasco bottle on the bottle.
Oh, right here.
Like, yeah.
You know what, Mark?
Every time there's something new.
Even I noticed the Tabasco bottle tonight as well.
Yeah, I can't help but fit all these little things in there. It's just the way I am. I got my Guinness pull in the back.
Yep, saw that too.
Wow. That is great. And Ryan, you do the coloring on here?
Yeah, he blipped.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you do the coloring?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just not going to ask him questions. He freezes every time I talk to him. I'll let you guys ask him the questions.
We'll just answer all the questions for him.
Ryan, you want to talk about coloring?
Hey.
Yes,
No,
he does the coloring. He's amazing.
I can hear Mark and James. That's about it.
Yeah, the only thing Ryan was like, he said to me, we need a letterer. I'm like, all right. But he does everything else.
And you got Keith Gleason to do the lettering. I mean, he's tremendous.
I love Keith.
Keith Gleason did the lettering on this issue, and it is astonishing. So beautifully put together.
I love that. I love the panel on the right, the one you're pointing at right now. I love that. Just the way he has the car, the angle. It's freaking awesome.
Dutch tilt.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And do you work digitally or traditionally? Oh, he's gone. Never mind.
He's not even here anymore.
Yeah, I gotta wait for him to come back.
Christian, did he work digitally or traditionally?
I actually don't know the answer. I believe he draws first.
He does.
Right?
I do know this. He draws first, and then he scans it all into his iPad, and then he does his digital work, and then adds the color and so on and so forth.
Yeah, no. Oh, wow.
He's got a great sense of color. Not every artist does. I've worked with some artists who told me flat out, don't ask me to color this because I will ruin it. And one time I said, try it anyway, and they ruined it.
Ryan, explain about the last page, the coloring.
Which one? What page? This one?
No, what you did with the coloring throughout the whole issue, and then the last page.
I'll leave this page up right now because this right here, this woman is my favorite panel.
I said the same thing. Yep, absolutely.
Everyone's favorite panel. Yeah.
That has to be a T-shirt, man.
That might have to be a T-shirt.
Yeah, think of all the memes you could put on that expression.
It should, even though there's no blood, it should still say blood, boobs, and bourbon.
So yeah, Ryan, please tell us about your working method, the way you approach colors, because this is really nice.
Yeah. So overall, the whole book has a very specific color scheme. You know, I stayed far away from green. So if you through the whole book, no green. The trees aren't green. Nothing that's green. You know, so it kind of keeps a unity, and there's a lot of browns. You know, so it keeps it like really dirty. A lot of the book takes place at night, so there's a lot of overlays of like blues and purples and violets. But I tried to keep it as narrow and as a little bit muted as I could. You know, I you know, it gets very easy to make your comic too colorful. You know, so yeah, coloring isn't my favorite or my best thing, but I have a pretty good sense of color. You know, I'm a classically trained painter, like an oil painter, so it comes really natural to me, kind of like picking colors. You know.
Yeah, no, it is very just, it's great. You know, I don't know what else to say about it, because I'm colorblind, so I don't see the colors well, but I think having them kind of like, you know, like you said with the browns, there's a warmness to it. It's not like out there really affecting me in my eyes, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's why I read a lot of black and white, is because I have trouble reading colored books sometimes. But yeah, this is great. I love the way you got the two cars here. Again, this is like my favorite. I stayed on that and just studied it, like looking at all the lines. Even I just love the torn look of the post office sticker there.
Yeah.
I purposefully have no straight lines. Like everything's pretty much crooked.
Yeah.
You know, so it just adds to like the filth of it. You know, that's like a big pet peeve, is like the straight lines of like the streets. The sidewalks are never straight. They're always broken and crooked. So it just kind of makes it feel a little more natural, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My favorite part is her like horrifying eyeball-like curlers in her hair. Almost looks like she's got an alien on her head or something.
That is great.
I mean, this has really come up in many of our podcasts that we've been in. Is this lady was just in my eyes, it was an afterthought. I threw it in. I'm like, I just want to have somebody just in the background, just like being really pissed off that they're there. And I put it in there, and Ryan just fucking throws it, and now she's like this main fucking person.
Spin-off. Time for a spin-off.
She's like the Dirty Living mascot.
Yeah, she's gonna be a spin-off. What are we gonna call her?
Marge.
Large Marge sent you.
Large Marge sent you. Esther? She could be Esther.
She kind of looks like my auntie Tess, my great aunt.
Man. I don't want to go down too many pages and give away anything, but this just...
I love that unframed panel with Doug and the cop.
Yeah. What I like, and these are just little things that, you know, nobody really thinks about, but the way you shade, and you have the shadow from the tree with, you know, on him over there. It's those little things that I look at.
Glad you noticed. It takes a lot of work.
No, I know. I mean, you know, it's, you know, when I draw, I sometimes forget about these things, and something I have to go back and do, you know?
Yeah.
A dear friend on Discord just messaged me to tell me he'd read the issue. He was one of the first people to download it, and he read it twice, and he just read it again an hour ago. and this is so damn good. He says every time he reads it, he loves it, and he says this is a great start to the subscription service, and I couldn't agree more. And hearing comments like this, I mean, it just we knew these were the guys.
Yeah. And I love just kind of like these old, kind of like, you know, not that they're beat up, but just the different types of cars hanging out at, you know, like this used car lot or whatever.
Yeah. That was in the script. They run through a car lot. Thanks a lot, Stephen.
I'm sorry I give you so much fucking detail.
Apparently, he put it in whether you did it or not.
Yeah,
look at the perspective of that bottom frame. I mean, there's 4 people, all at a different distance from the camera, and looking down an alley. I mean, that's actually, I haven't zeroed in on this frame before. I think I just accepted it at face value. It's perfect. It's perfect. Everybody's the right size, but it's still got that artistic flair to it. Yeah, Ryan, you're a master.
Well,
yeah, and you still get that middle finger and the fuck you. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Classic art.
Yeah, no, that's great. Love it. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed the pose. Like, I could just feel the guy coming from this into that action pose, you know?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I try to keep my poses pretty animated, you know. It just makes it fun and kind of gives it that life and movement. You know, I try not to make anybody too stiff, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody got their volume up, or is it the buffering on Ryan's?
What are you hearing?
Just a lot of noise.
Reverb?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let me just mic in case it's me.
Hello? No.
Yeah, it's usually Christian.
I think it's Ryan.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Am I making a lot of noise?
Can you hear it still?
Well, we're good now. It's great now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Crystal clear now.
Okay. All right.
See, Mark.
Sorry about that. Just
glad
wanted to throw that out.
Glad you said something.
Now, I forgot, does the next page give away a little bit of what happens?
Yeah, you don't want to go too much.
I don't want to go after this, I don't think, right? I should stop here showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's let people get the subscription to find out what happens next. Because this is just great. We'll go back up to, you know, whatever you're calling her here. Esther, Marge, whatever. So I'll keep that face up there.
Some old bag. What, I don't even know what I wrote.
Good. I'm telling you, this is your T-shirt, sticker. This is like what you give away. Your little postcard.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, in the comments, we have some attempts at a name here. We got Mildred Gunge. We've got Patty McPacky. I threw up Death Ethel.
Death Ethel.
I like Ethel.
Yeah. You know who kind of like the way she's like paying attention to what's going on. I thought of Pearl from 227. Remember that show where she sit in her window all day?
Yeah.
And just like comment on the world type of stuff. Like that's kind of how I saw her.
Except she's walking her dog and urinating on public property.
That's federal property.
I have I had my grandmother lived in Milford, and she lived with her sisters, my great aunts.
Yeah.
And they were nosy nannies, or whatever you want to call them. They were always checking out their neighbors. Like, what are they doing now? They were always had the shades pulled aside. Oh, what are they doing? And at one point, my auntie Anna, God rest her soul, she was like, they're dragging out a dead body. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like 10. And I go over to the window, and they were walking outside. There was somebody from next door was walking outside. They had a carpet rolled up, and there was a bulge in it, but it was probably just a carpet, you know. And this is the shit that I grew up with, and I just like take shit from where I got it from, and you know, this looks kind of like my Auntie Tess. If I showed you a picture, you'd be like, yeah, kind of like your Auntie Tess. But yeah, man, it's fucking perfect. I love it.
We've been talking about this woman for like 15 minutes straight now.
I'm sorry, I keep bringing her up. It's just,
but of course you do. She's great.
Yeah,
we really should put her on a t-shirt, guys.
Jonathan Chiotis said that you found his Nana.
Yeah, no, this is. I love it.
To go back to something that James said earlier, you looking at it now. This is not a webtoon. This isn't a quickly thrown together, weekly exercise that somebody does. This could be in print instantly. It's print ready, and it's beautiful. The work that went into it is incredible. I mean, I got the pencils, I got the thumbs, I got the pencils, the inks, the colors. We watched this thing come together, the amount of work that went into it. And you're looking at it now, this is what you're going to get. It's on fugitivepoems.com. Click Dirty Living, subscribe for $2.99. That's it. And you're going to get this issue. And if Michael had gone a little further, the next page has a real wow of an action sequence on it. You want this. Stephen and Ryan have made, and Keith have made something absolutely special and astonishing.
And to piggyback on that, guys, if this is your thing and you want to know what's coming, follow us on social media. We have some a big push now. We're getting a lot more videos up there, a lot more updates. We're going to be letting you guys know what's coming down the pike and what you can expect from us. And we got some really exciting stuff coming, including the continuation of this book, Dirty Living.
Yeah,
brand new images coming soon. So,
are you posting? You post regularly, like updated images from this story, next story. What are you posting?
I haven't posted much yet because there's we have to decide what we can see.
Yeah,
there's a lot of twists and turns and a lot of fun stuff coming up. So as the images come out, we'll sneak you some new stuff. The new cover will be done soon. That's going to be like the first thing, and then from there we'll see.
I have seen the mock-up of that cover, and it is glorious.
It is fucking great. Yeah. Which presents a problem for issue 3 because I'm like, fuck, I gotta top that one.
I gotta top that one. That's the
thing. Dude, that fucking cover is fucking phenomenal.
Oh, so
I love it. Love the cover.
There you go. Thanks.
This is just gorgeous. I've read this book, I don't know, was it 3 times now?
Oh wow.
Because I read it within, I don't know, sometime within the first few days you sent this to me, and then I'll be honest, I kind of zoned out. I didn't really remember much of the story. Like and then I read it, like, was it a couple of days ago, and then I wanted to refresh my memory, so I reread it today. And it's like I always find something new in there. Whether it's art, whether it's part of the story, again, I don't want to go past a certain page because I really want people to enjoy it. I want them to subscribe. But yeah, it's you guys are really got something here. If this was on the newsstand, I'd be buying it. Right, I'd tell my own comic shop owner, put it on my pull list. Just everything. Now,
Thanks, man.
everything. I wanted to ask about the cover. Are these people who haven't appeared in the story yet? Flashback people, like, or people that'll happen in flashbacks or something? Like, who are these guys?
Most of them have appeared.
Okay.
It might be hard to tell who they are, but most of them have appeared. There's a couple that haven't appeared, but yeah, you can't see their eyes, so you don't know.
Yeah, I think I know 3.
Okay, good.
They all did the anonymous Frosted Flake ads as well. Throw another old commercial in the mix.
Geez, man. Stop it. We're losing the kids.
Our favorite woman has not appeared on this cover, though. What the fuck?
Keep her up your sleeve for future issues. Don't you worry.
She'll be a just her
exclusive
own
cover.
Yeah, her own cover.
She'll get her own cover. I have to work her into the story now.
I can actually see the cover now. It's just a close up on her face, and you see something going on in the reflection of her glasses or something.
There you go.
All kidding aside, it would be a cool callback at this point.
Who the hell?
Obviously, we're all hung up on her. Imagine she pops up in issue 6. It's like, oh, I remember her.
You guys can always do a nude centerfold.
I mean,
she looked like beef jerky too.
The old school Playboy fold out one.
I
could make her a madam, you know.
It's a Slim Jim with a wig. Oh man.
What's I saying? I want a cigarette. I'm just reading comments right now.
Ryan, what exact voice do you hear when you see her, though?
Let's go back to her.
Oh my god!
Hey, if you need to help you with the voice, that's what voice actors do.
Of course, he froze up now.
Oh.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah.
The voice.
Well, I said Estelle Getty.
Estelle.
So yeah, so it's like the Golden Girls, like that kind of crabby old lady kind of thing.
There's got to be a cigarette rasp in there, though.
Well,
yeah, absolutely.
Has anyone seen Black Doves on Netflix?
No.
Okay, there's this older woman who is like the contact for assassins or whatever, and she talks just like this, but with like a British accent, but the Boston version of that. I think that's what I'm looking at here.
Go get the car, bring it to the bar.
What are these cops doing here? They know I'm running numbers.
There is a beautiful scene later in this book. Not to take it away from our old lady here, but
Yeah.
On the Tobin Bridge, and another one on top of a building, a rooftop. That is some of the most beautiful work at dusk that I've ever seen. Ryan's use of colors with these landmarks is absolutely stupendous. So here, what we've seen so far is the daytime. What he does with nighttime is magnificent as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do wish I could show more. I probably could with your permission, but I really don't want to give anything away. This is it is too good to show on here. You know, I want people to get the same reaction as.
I can only hear Christian.
What?
What'd you say?
I can only hear you.
Oh no, that's a terrible thing.
Uh-oh.
That's my wife's awful life. What was I going to say?
I'm sorry. Was somebody saying something? I just want to make sure.
I was about to jump in, but what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I'm looking at the comments here, and Jonathan just threw out, her face says crack 'em. And I don't know why, but I'm now obsessed with that. He said it was Nana's favorite catchphrase. And I think I think we got to work that line in there somewhere, Steve. Crack him. I don't even know what it means. I don't care. It's great.
Yeah, I mean you're right. You know, she's got that sound to her voice, right? Like fucking
She's
guys,
got to.
fucking assholes, fucking coppers, fucking hanging around, motherfuckers.
I remember when this neighborhood was clean.
Ryan told us that he has a voice for each character in his head while he's drawing them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Okay.
Can we hear some, Ryan?
Can you hear him? I don't know.
I want to hear the mortician.
Well, let me ask you, Ryan, just artist to artist here. When you're drawing these characters out, since you hear their voices, do you do their voices while you're drawing them? Like recite their lines or just have conversations while you're drawing?
Whoa. He's an artist. He's never looked at the script.
No, I haven't. Well, I take what they say and I just kind of infuse them with like the proper like attitude and like body language, you know, and facial expression. If someone's cocky, they're gonna look cocky, you know. If someone's confident and quiet, they're gonna look confident and quiet. You know, it's just that kind of a thing. The voice itself doesn't really matter, but when I am drawing them, like I do kind of like try to like evoke the voice, like you know, like
Yeah,
Doug's like he's like exhausted, so I might like growl under my voice while I'm drawing. But
you know, it's funny. There's something about Doug. I think Dennis Miller, not Dennis Miller. Leary. Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just comes.
I can
comes
see
out
that.
somehow.
Doug is living in that bizarre space between fresh buzz and never-ending hangover, and that's just where his head is all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like he's constantly exhaling.
He really is. It's kind of like for me, it's like James Gordon meets Batman, or Bruce Wayne meets some drunk.
There you go.
Bruce Wayne, your drunk uncle.
You know,
we need Bobby Moynihan on this.
Bobby.
You know, it might be the trench coat, but as I was reading him, I kind of heard like Constantine voice in my head, like
a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
I
minus the
absolutely
Scottish accent.
Or Mark.
I love Constantine, so it's like when I got a chance to do that jacket, I was like, oh, I got to do it. Pop the collar in every panel, you know. It's like, oh, I just love it. You
mentioned Bobby Moynihan. Bobby actually wrote a testimonial for Containment Breach 3. So Bobby Moynihan is a Fugitive Poems fan.
There you go.
I'm excited to have his name on the back of our book.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
I'm just looking because I didn't realize you actually pop the collar on every time you draw. I'm looking now.
It was the right move.
It's stuck in that position from the sweat of the working man.
It's crusty.
See, it's funny. I always I've read this about 4 times as well. I always see Sean Bean in these.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but then he'll tie in issue 2.
I actually kind of pictured that. You know, that to me the Boston accent always has a little bit of Irish in there. You know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Little touch.
To me, he, you know, in his voice at least, it has a little bit of Marv from Sin City. And he's not big and mean like Marv, but he's got that kind of sarcasm, that kind of that grit to him.
Well, he looks a little like a blend of those two protagonists, Marv and I don't remember the the other detective's name, but
James Gordon or Bruce, Bruce Wayne. To me, he's a little bit of all of those things, those guys.
Where did the mortician come from, Stephen? Thinking about where your characters come from, where did the mortician come from? Because he's a great character later in this book.
Milton is what I picture in my mind what a mortician is. He's kind of like Vincent Price and Boris Karloff. Just that kind of creepy guy. That's I don't know. That's what I get.
He's a little Count Orlok.
Yes. he's got some of the best lines in the issue.
Yeah.
In particular.
Issue 2, he's even creepier. So
oh man, yes. Is a great character. There's a good portion of this, a page or two that takes place at the morgue. And this is another spot that Ryan drew like a motherfucker. Holy crap. That the crime scene, overhead shot, followed by going into the morgue and seeing the morgue itself. Wait till you guys see this. It's incredible. And Stephen created this really intense environment in the script, and Ryan got all of it down and more, of course.
To me,
for Christian to go, and you won't see it unless you subscribe to.
And that's right. Go to fugitivepoems.com, click Dirty Living, and get your subscription right now. You can have it immediately, but you can only get it at fugitivepoems.com by clicking Dirty Living. $2.99. That's it. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. Someone was about to say something, and I cut them off. So. Seems to be my specialty tonight.
It does, and it wasn't me. I'm actually still a little speechless on stuff here. There's things I want to ask, but it's more of like offline questions because it has to deal with pages we're not showing. So I don't want to give anything away right now. But yeah, man, I always obviously look at the art, and I'm really blown away by simple things. The gun right here, like the hand holding the gun, pulling the trigger right there. This cop's face right here, how his eyes look wide, and all of a sudden, there's just, it's not just shock, but there's fear on it, and a bit of sadness, and
you know what?
What?
You just read that picture exactly the way it should be, because there's all of that in that picture, and you want to know what the hell's going on. Well, you need to scroll. You need to go forward, to find out what it is, and you will. But that was my intention as I'm writing it. I'm like, yeah, you want to keep the reader guessing, like, what the fuck's going on here, And Ryan, again, I say it up and down, but he captures everything exactly. I just throw it out there, and he gets it, and he delivers. He's just amazing,
It's kind of funny, and it might be one of the things that attracted us to Stephen and Ryan. James and I have this magical relationship where I can write something like, he looks confused and shocked, or he looks confused and a little sad, and James will know exactly what I mean. And it's very hard because he gets the script, and he knows me, he knows where I'm coming from, but he also is an unbelievable talent. And I can write that, and I know he's going to nail that. And we look at this space right here that you pointed out. When I look at how Stephen and Ryan work together, and I talk to them, and I watch them talk on Discord and other places, and they have that same magical relationship where they're in each other's heads. They want to make the same thing, and they both have the ability to make it better on each of their own ends. And the end product is going to be this flawless enmeshing of the talents. And again, I think that's one of the things that really made James and I and Mark look at the Dirty Living team and say, yeah, this Fugitive Poems team, these guys have it. we were talking at one point about doing. We have another anthology that we're going to be talking about soon, and Stephen said, "Yeah, I got an idea for a short. I got a script," and I'm like, "Well, that's great." I said, "Ryan, you're going to be kind of slammed with Dirty Living. Do you want me to get Stephen? Should I get another artist for the short?" And Ryan didn't let me finish talking. He's like, "Nope, I'll draw it." And that's these guys. They're partners, and that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm like a completionist. I want to keep my universe or my little corner of the universe, sacred. I put a lot into the story and the world, and it's hard for me to let it go.
Well,
Now, is this the first project you two are working on together?
yeah.
Wow, that's great. I mean, you could see how well you guys work together just by looking at this.
Yeah, from the time we met until now when this came out, there's a long period of time. So we've met multiple times, talked about the comic. We've gone over the script multiple times. So we kind of know the world pretty good, and it just really didn't just come together overnight. It was like a long process, and I think we work great together. It's just one of those things. We got to spend the time to really know each other and kind of figure out what the world needs to be, and we figured it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch them work together. This has been editing. This has been some of the most fun I've had. Not creating my own thing. I just love watching the script come together, the art come together, and watching these two just bounce off each other in just amazing way. It's a thrill. And it comes out in the issue, which you go to fugitivepoems.com, click Dirty Living, and get for only $2.99. I don't remember if I mentioned that.
I think that was the first time.
A couple times.
And Michael, we got more stuff. We got more coming. We'll be
boy,
back.
I am looking forward to it. I don't know how many times I can say it. I mean, everything I see that comes out of you guys is quality work.
Thank you.
You guys, I haven't seen one thing I could say was like this. That's okay. Everything I have seen and read from Fugitive Poems has been top notch to me.
We have coming a one shot. I've mentioned to you before, called Blood Valkyrie in Vegas, with Mr. Tom Lynett, who's in the chat doing the lettering, and Alex Zapata is the artist, and it is a actual literal, both words literal, blood orgy. It is a full Grindhouse NC-17, or Grindhouse would be X, comic, and that's on its way. We have Stripper Clip Sally, which James has just been knocking out of the park, and that's on its way. We have more. River One is going to ship in about a week or two.
Christian,
yes.
Let me interrupt you.
Yes, please do.
We are going to have River in our hands on Friday.
Woo!
I just got the email.
Wow.
I didn't want to steal the thunder of Dirty Living, but I almost fell out of my seat when I saw it. It was earlier than anticipated. Three packages, and maybe I can set. I'll show you guys the proof at the end of the show.
Oh, please!
Very
River
cool,
issue
very
1
cool.
is a sci-fi horror comic. It is a time travel story about a drug dealer who gets his hands on the time machine, and the 6 hapless cops who know nothing about science that have to somehow stop him from destroying the universe. Issue 1 is James has done. Wow, it is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's violent. It's wild, and it's a fugitive poem, just like Dirty Living is. And we're excited to have these coming out now. Even more excited to have these coming out around the same time.
And this was one you ran a Kickstarter for, correct?
Yes, we've been waiting to get it back from the printer, and apparently here it comes.
Awesome. And just curious, can you say who you use as a printer online? Are you willing to share?
Oh, absolutely. We use Playboy printing. No, we use Comics Wellspring. and they have been fantastic with us. We used to use Mix'em, but then they had to mix them up. And sorry, I couldn't resist.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, they kind of messed us up a little bit. So now we're using Comics Wellspring. They're great people. You call them, and some human being answers the phone, and they're always wonderful, sweet people, and they get you everything you need. So we're big fans.
That's good to know. Good to know. Number one, you're not the only people I heard use Comics Wellspring, but you're not the only people who have said great things about them. I was curious because I'm going to be looking for a printer probably in the next few months, and I've been looking around, but you are like the fifth or sixth person to tell me. Oh, hold on.
wait a minute. Let me.
I'm going to give you the screen, James. So, he disappeared. Hold on.
I'm just going to put my camera around so it's every.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why by default it puts it on near my camera.
All right. Nice.
There she is.
Is this the one that you guys did with or you drew with the split of the face that we talked about?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the quality is amazing. This is
wow.
Very
nice.
Some Fugitive Poems history here. This is our first full-length issue.
Awesome.
I got a proof this time because this is our first venture into this format, and
issues.
Here's the ad for.
No, we already showed the first page of Dirty Living.
There you go. Stripper clip is in here, and there's Dirty Living's ad in print.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I was saying before, I made sure that these guys are Dirty Living. They're working in print format, so we can go right. We will be going right to print, I'm sure. With these, we haven't quite figured out the format yet for this, but we do plan on including some print format for these subscriptions. The more popular subscriptions. Making maybe some sort of trade at the end, or maybe
limited run
on exclusives, that kind of thing.
That's a great idea.
Folks, anybody who likes to go to Comic Cons in the southern New York or northern New Jersey or whatever area, you just might bump into us, and we just might.
We also
hard copies to show you.
Yeah.
I don't have it yet, but we qualified for a metal cover for this.
Is that right?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
because we bought enough books. They gave us a single metal cover one. So we're gonna have to figure out
contest time.
I think who was it that was suggesting? Yeah, contest, or we could give it to a retailer if they buy enough copies or something like that.
That's very cool. I've never.
Oh, it was Philbo was talking about maybe doing if someone orders 50 copies, they get the exclusive, and that's pretty exclusive because we didn't order up 50 of them. That's going to be that's basically a one-off.
Yeah,
I got to keep it out of Christian's hands because I know he'll keep it.
And speaking of cons, thanks to Ryan's ingenuity, we are all going to be at Terrificon next to each other. Which is
nice.
exciting. Hey. Ryan and Stephen will be next to Fugitive Poems, and we'll be studiously ignoring that. No, it is going to be an absolute banger of a time.
Oh yeah,
that's great, and that's in July, right? That show?
August.
Okay. All right.
Do you think they'll be okay with us putting a keg between the two tables?
We can make it look like a coffee table.
Yeah, exactly. We'll put a little something.
We got to put a bar behind us. Some top shelf shit.
There you go.
Lots of.
We can recreate the opening splash page in Dirty Living. Get some strippers, some poles,
bourbon and blood,
bottles.
We got to get the old lady there.
Oh,
a cosplayer. We got to get a cosplayer.
Yeah, get a cosplayer. I was just gonna say. Well, you could do all that with banners. Get a bunch of banners together, make it look like a nice background put together.
Yeah.
I think we need a cardboard cutout of her and charge people to get their picture taken with her.
That
Oh,
would be
we
great.
probably
There you
make
go.
the
Now you
most
think.
money off of that.
Oh God, I'd pay. I want a picture.
All right, we might have to talk about this at the meeting.
Yeah, this is put this on the schedule for tomorrow.
All right, Stephen, Ryan, we were thinking about printing Dirty Living, but we're putting all that money into a magnificent of Excel or whatever her fucking name is.
So
For any goodness there.
What
I
do we
vote
got?
we do Volta for River
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and what's her name? Ethel.
we got a couple of names on the table.
We'll get them on. We'll get bookends for all the different types of people there.
that's hysterical.
And the
Silly
Hellefump
Bill
in the
saying he's
middle for
bringing her
really
as
good-
The
hell-
Hellefump, yeah, the Hellefump with his arms around both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that needs to happen, James.
Oh wow. But yeah, I'm just looking at the comments.
Yeah, guys. So we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
We just brought on a new social media manager who's doing a
Woo.
bang up job.
Chandler.
She goes by her DJ name. I don't know if they still call them DJs, but her DJ name is Kid, and her name is Chandler, and having a lot of fun with her. She's every bit of a Fugitive Poems sort of person, and we're enjoying all the stuff that she's been putting up on social media. So if you want to see that, you can go on to. We've been concentrating on Instagram. Go on Instagram and follow us on Instagram as well.
Because you never know what's going to disappear next.
If you're following our Instagram, you probably noticed that at overnight our Instagram game jumped exponentially with these incredible things that she's putting together, as opposed to a silly little comment I'd put up with a out of focus picture. It's she's taken us really into the modern era and done it
right. She's taken us into the 20th century. We're
yeah, but she
we were somewhere in the 1800s there.
She's putting together these beautiful posts. She's done some great stuff about dirty living. Just really phenomenal. So big shout out to Chandler, who is killing it.
That's great. Yeah, you guys are doing a lot. I mean, I recently, was it right after it aired? I didn't realize it aired, but I saw Christian's interview with Comics Wellspring. You were talking about a bunch of things.
Did it air?
It was it went up like 5 minutes after you went live. I didn't get a chance to watch it live. I watched it maybe 15-20 minutes after.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew it came out.
Yeah. So is there anything from there you didn't mention that you can repeat that you want to share here? I don't remember everything.
I don't either.
Okay. I don't
remember.
The stuff that I do remember, I don't want to say if you're not.
Well, no, go. If I sit on an interview, go for it.
Michael, in fairness, he has no idea what he said at the beginning of this interview.
I don't know who the fuck any of you people are. I don't know why I'm here.
Well, you mentioned that you were bringing a board together.
Yep. We're going to be waterboarding people. We are putting together an executive board. We have actually most of it together, and we're also selling shares, a couple of shares in the company. Shit is real. We are things are taking off. Mark has been unbelievable. Mark took our business plan to the next level, and we got a team together, a real team. And this is going to be a huge year for Fugitive Poems. We exploded right through January. We came out hot. We had dirty living out there, and we've got a bunch going on behind the scenes that really, I think by December we'll we'll be talking about a whole lot that happened.
So get in on the ground floor, folks. Jump in here, get Dirty Living, get in our socials. All kinds of good things are coming. And it all began with Dirty Living.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I'm very excited for you guys. I always said when I heard you and James got together for this stuff, you guys were going to do something big. I knew you guys were perfect to work together and was going to turn this into something that that was just more than somebody drawing some comics and publishing to do at shows. This was going to be something real, and I'm glad it's on its way for that.
I tell you, bringing Mark in, and Mark came in a containment breach too. It really has held us back. No, bringing Mark in has
they would have been here years ago.
Really skyrocketed us because he's got such an incredible editorial eye. If you're looking for a comic book editor, definitely reach out to Mark. If you're looking for a great writer, reach out to Mark.
Too many papers to grade, not now.
Oh, you can do it. And do remember that Fugitive Poems does do editing, comic editing, and art direction. If you'd like, that's a service that we do provide as well. So there's just a ton going on, and we're excited for everything that's coming. And to have Dirty Living as the header for this year started us out in 3 months or 2.5 months at this point. We'll have issue 2, right, Ryan?
Well, I better get to work.
Yeah. And it's good. Doug takes leak real quick.
Oh, David says, and Keith. Don't forget Keith.
And Keith Gleason, absolutely.
Right.
This is
hell yeah.
This is exciting times, man. And Michael, as always, we're thrilled to be on your show and get to talk about all of it. You've been here since the beginning of us. Actually, River is sort of an anniversary because we played with that at the beginning and then came back to it. We talked about River with you. So this is thank you for having us again, and thanks for getting to meet Stephen and Ryan and being so welcoming there.
Yeah, listen, I'm first of all, you guys know you're always welcome anytime. But yeah, no, I love seeing and hearing what you guys are working on. I'm always impressed. It's inspiring to me as a comic creator. I spent 2 years doing The Wiz, and I stopped it because I have so many other ideas I want to do. And I mean, you guys know I've done like really all age comics for a very long time. And I don't know if it was talking to you guys or what, but I have so many more comics that I wouldn't consider all ages anymore in me. And there is something eventually I will pitch to you guys, I think. But
right.
As
we are a corruptive influence.
It's you know what it is, and I talked about this on my live stream on Monday. As you guys know, I said here I'm colorblind, right? So what I want to do, and this is what I want to embrace my strengths. My strengths are, illustration and black and white, shading, all that, hatching, whatever. Why am I doing my comics in black and white? Why have I been forcing myself for all these years to push color into it? I could pick up, I got a bunch of manga next to me here. I've been rereading, Fist of the North Star and some old Captain Harlock stuff, which I love. And I sit and I go through this, and I'm like, people go out and buy these things, and they read manga. I'm not saying I'm going to draw all manga or anything, but I'm like, I'm embracing where my strengths are, and that's black and white. And I could do so many cool stories in black and white, but I think they're not always super, kid friendly as what I have when I go in that genre or that style of art. So
the hell with the kids, make good shit.
Yeah,
well, I will say this.
You take care of your kids. You bring the adult stuff to us.
You guys
we'll get you set.
You
up.
guys have a great business model, and you have your audience. I know that, but I've always said that the target audience for comic artists, like for mainstream people, or people who want like a mainstream should be more like getting those 14-year-old girls who spend their money on keychains and stickers and all that stuff. Like those are the people, that's the audience that are cosplaying, that are spending money at shows, you know? So not that I write for that. I've never written for that target audience, but I've always said that is like the perfect audience to have. And I'm never going to have that. I know that. So I'm writing for whatever makes me laugh now.
That's the
I
goal.
mean, the thing is that, you know, you look at black and white, right? Walking Dead, Sin City, both great stories. It doesn't matter what if it's for younger audience or whatever. It's the story. The story is important.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm sorry, what?
The research I did for our business plan, one thing I came across, it's possible that 14-year-old girl is going to be the future, but right now, the people dropping money on comics are guys our age.
Yeah.
We are still the indomitable market in the world of comics, and I kind of feel like everybody finds their way to whatever they like anyway. And today it's us, and tomorrow I think, there'll be another audience that is like, oh, I'm really tired of this. I want something gritty. I want something bloody. I want something crazy. And, we'll be there waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. It's, I forgot where I was going to go with it.
Sorry,
it doesn't matter. I've been up very early today, so I am tired. But it's no. Listen, it is what it is. I'm not really doing any comic shows. I'm not looking for that. I'm actually going to be doing, I think, a lot more kind of like what you guys are doing with Dirty Living, putting it online and seeing how I, whatever. If I do something with the subscription service or if I just go with digital downloads, we'll see. But I'm since I'm not doing shows, I'm not really looking for print right now. But yeah, no, it's going to be an interesting year for me too. Just different than what you're doing, because I just spent the last year basically re-immersing myself in all these artists and all these different things. Like I've been, and I don't know if all of you know these artists. I look more at like Silver Age artists, some Golden Age guys. I've been looking at Gil Kane a lot lately. Been doing a lot of Hal Foster studies. Alex Raymond, a lot of strip artists. Looking at that stuff. Oh man, just everything is so much fun to me. I'm just all over the place in my head. And since I ended the Wiz, my mind has been going like a mile a minute. All I do is sit in here and draw all day. Well, I can't say all day, I work, but like my free time is like I'll be up till maybe 1-2 a.m. in here after we get off the air. And just
Ryan and Stephen, the Wiz was a weekly strip comic that Michael was doing.
I'm familiar with the Wiz.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad.
Nobody beats the Wiz.
That's the third old commercial reference.
No, but anyway, what I was saying, long way saying, is that you guys have also kind of inspired me to do stuff, and seeing everything that you're producing it's made me, I don't want to say rethink what I do, but it's made me think of new stories and how I'm going to approach those stories.
You ran one by me, and I'm very, very excited about it.
Yes, that one is second on my list to work on.
And it's funny because I've been on Audible listening to a lot of Robert E. Howard lately. I was listening to his on the McMorrin stories and having a great time. And I started thinking about your idea again, going, that is so perfect for the next anthology series we want to put out.
I'll be happy to pitch it to you when you're ready to do the anthology.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we're excited about that too. There's
you heard it here first, folks.
I want to clear everything else off my schedule and just do Fugitive Poems. So exciting. And this is all I want to do. And I love teaching. For the record, I love being in the classroom. But shit, I would throw it over in a second to just be working on Fugitive Poems every day. And to get to work with gentlemen like these guys and with you, and it's magnificent.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
We are Fugitive Poems.
We make comics.
Cheers to you all.
I'm just real excited about the subscription model that it's working out. We've gotten quite a few sales and working our way up on that. We've been busting our heads against the wall trying to figure out how to get not only us paid, which is important, but also to get our artists and writers paid and so forth. And we got some cool deals in the workings. And what Christian was saying, if we can go worldwide with this, it's going to be a really good thing to have 2,000-3,000 subscriptions on there, and having that money coming in. It's not just because we want to quit our day jobs, which we do, but it's also about sustaining what we're doing. Bringing out cool stories, new stuff, things that I think will be looked at in 10 years and being seen as something new and not just a rehash of the old stuff. So you can really look at that subscription as a way to foster, kind of like in the good old days when artists and had patrons that would pay for their to paint and so forth. I think that's that there's something like it in Patreon, but I think this is a little bit different. It's like a direct change of hands. It's that virtual version of handing over $3 for a magazine in a pharmacy, or what I mean, a comic in a pharmacy, like we used to do, right off the racks. It's something that's right there. It's very, very exciting. A lot of cool stuff going on, and Christian set out a sort of. Did you send that out to our whole list, or just our creators, Christian?
All the fellow fugitives and fugitive friends, so just them.
Yeah, so we sent out an open call for pitches and so forth, and we've seen some pretty exciting stuff there.
Yeah,
like Christian said, we got 3 or 4 that we're kind of looking at seriously. It's just very exciting to be able to finally find some way to figure out and fund this. If you've been following Fugitive Poems for a long time, we've put out books, but we've basically covered our printing costs and so forth with them. This has been a labor of love, but with some new hands in the game, we're finally figuring out how to make some money off this, and not only that, but get our artists paid, which is and our writers. I always just say artists because I'm prejudiced, but getting people paid for doing this, and I'm sure Ryan's sitting over there, and he wants to be doing this full time, just like we do as well, and Stephen and Christian, the writers. Yeah, I see so much bitching on social media about writers not being able to get their scripts done, or not getting the recognition for them. I really think that we have stumbled into something new and different that's gonna could revolutionize the way all this indie comic stuff works, which is exciting.
And we're putting out a comic specifically talking about dirty living that I would put up against any comic in a shop, and it would blow them out of the water. This is the fact that Stephen and Ryan aren't already the Brubaker and Phillips of from Image Comics. Right? They aren't already there. This is such high quality writing, storytelling, and art. I think it's so cool that we're getting to put this out. I'd put it up. You got all these comics. You go to a comic shop and you grab a beautiful cover off the shelf and you open it up, and everything inside is fucking horrendous. Not just the art, but even the plot. I'm not going to call out any particular studio names, but damn, you open this book up, the cover's beautiful, and then it just goes. And
it starts with a D and then ends with dynamite. Calling you out, motherfuckers. I bought enough of your books where I'm like, so excited by the covers, and I just didn't spend enough time inside. Come on, guys. There's great artists out there. Hire some good artists.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
No, wait, don't hire to give them to us.
Yeah. We got it. We'll take it from here.
Let them keep screwing up, James.
It's not all about people collecting covers.
I agree, James. Well put, man. That was, yeah.
That's where the money is, but that's short term. That's a good way to bankrupt the entire system. And I think if that happens, good. That's just more for us.
Well, the whole thing
We're not following that model
with all the crazy covers and stuff. That's really a model for the stores, and that is one of the things that has hurt stores, because they have to buy a certain amount of books to get a certain amount of covers, and they don't have the business to sell all those books, and they have all this extra stuff. So it's been hurting. I've read articles where shops have gone out of business due to, all these crazy covers, having to constantly buy just to try to get that one book from an artist that they know they'll be able to sell it for a larger amount later.
Yep.
So, and that happens,
ridiculous, right?
And that's why the comic book shops. Comic book shops are dying, and that's why we were like, "Fuck it, let's do this on our own."
Yeah.
Let's put it out. You can come to our website, get the comic, boom, and none of the other shit you got to worry about. Make it a huge hit. We'll fucking get it to you physically.
Everyone just likes to bilk everything.
Yeah,
that's why movie theaters are going out of business. Everyone's just doing rehash movies, and let's go back to some originality. We've seen plenty of it in all our lifetimes.
Yeah.
There's, who cares that little Miss 14-year-old wants to scroll through her phone while she's watching a movie. I heard a rumor that Netflix has been dumbing down their movies so people can scroll on their phones while they're watching. I mean,
oh
God, good for you. If that's what we've come to, then
that's how you watch
a movie. That's the end of the world.
I heard a report that they want to have the characters explain what they're doing so that you could watch it without looking at it.
So but you'll get without paying any attention.
Oh my God. I just this is one of the reasons I want to get rid of all my stream. I don't watch TV really anymore. I watch a couple of streaming services. To be honest, I spend most of my time on YouTube if I'm watching anything. But it's if I'm watching something, I'm not drawing. That's how I look at it.
Wait a minute though, Ryan. That model would be amazing with porn. They explained every step that they were doing, so you didn't have to look.
You don't have to look.
That would be the funniest thing ever.
So you mean just a synopsis?
Hang on. What are you looking at then? You're not looking at hold on a minute.
So
you know what? Don't answer that. I don't want to know.
Ooh. Jack Van Tomey wants us to talk about rotary phones. He says we're really not helping the old men yelling at a cloud thing.
Oh, man.
Oh, porno for the deaf. That would be for the blind, rather. Porno for the blind would be magnificent.
It's out there. You know it is.
Sure it is.
Yeah, it's hard to keep your mouth shut when you see the world crumbling around you.
Yeah.
People not respecting that creativity and
yeah.
having it all taken away. If this is the new world order of things, then check me out.
Tell, don't show is the greatest rule of storytelling. It's all a pendulum. It's all a pendulum. We'll get real dumb, then we'll get real smart again, and then we'll get real dumb, and we'll never settle in the middle.
I don't know how you go back to being real smart after you've been real dumb. So
it's happened historically over and over again.
Dark ages.
I don't know, man. It's I have a feeling we're going to start sidetracking, so we should probably end the show. But but you know, I am a little upset we can't talk about rotary phones right now.
I want to talk about rodeo phones.
You know, actually,
listen, it's way past my 7:30 bedtime, kids. So.
Hold on, just I got a thing about rotary phones. I don't know how true it is. I just saw an Instagram reel where someone was giving a history lesson on them. I saw it like a couple of days ago. That I forget exactly who it was. I think it was a funeral home back when phones were like new or whatever, and this one funeral home's wife worked for the phone companies back in the time you had to plug in and connect. So when they would call for this particular funeral home, she'd connect them to her husband's. So the guy got angry and he invented the rotary phone so that the calls would go directly to him.
Huh.
Now, I don't know how true it was. It was an Instagram reel. So, you know, a lot of the history on there is not too accurate.
This is why we get a deadline.
Yeah.
I saw a great installation. It was a Japanese artist. I can't remember his or her name, but the rotary phone was brought it to my mind. I just saw it on Instagram. They had these a whole room full of sheep like grazing, and they had turned rotary phone turned down on the grazing was the casing of the phones, and then they used those old school. Remember those old wiry cords that would wrap around? They wrapped them around, and that was the fleece on the sheep. It was a really cool installation piece.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could quote the artist, but don't remember.
Let's see. Hold on.
They were Japanese.
Yeah, real piece of trivia for you. Did you know that phone operators were still in business as the late 80s? I am sure. Because I had to dial 0 when I didn't have quarters for phones. And
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Remember that.
Before 1-800
operators in my day.
And yeah. I've seen John Wick, so I know it's still happening.
There was also the emergency collect call to get me out of jail or come wake me up, and you gotta talk to the operator and have her reverse the charges.
Right? Yeah.
Oh wow! All right, I guess on that note, let's wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for coming on. I haven't had a show with this many people in a while. First of all, you guys go check out fugitivepoems.com. Get your subscription to Dirty Living. You won't regret it. It is a fantastic book. I'm sure I'll reread it again next week, maybe this weekend. We'll see. I honestly, I can't stop looking at the art, and then I have to go back and reread it because it's fun. It really is. So yeah, tune in next week. I will be having, I think, Scott Harris King. There's a Scott Harris King on, and he's doing some public domain character books right now. He's got a book coming out. I believe it's Uncle Sam versus Cthulhu, I think is the book he has right now, which is up on Kickstarter. So I will see you guys next week, and we will be talking about that. Art done by my good friend Jay Piscopo. So go check that out. But before you check that out, head over to Fugitive Poems to get your subscription to Dirty Living. All right.
Thank
guys.
you, dude.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.